Podcasts are huge right now, but what if you're someone with lots to share, but without the audio expertise to make it sound as good as maybe you'd like it to? In that case, Podcastle might just be the solution to your problems. So in this video, I'm going to do my best to help you decide whether Podcastle is the right decision, the right direction for you to go in. Let's go. Hey everyone, my name is Dave Betts, and for the last 2 years, I've been running a podcast called The Simple Faith Podcast with my wife, Sharia. And we actually brought it to an end just a few weeks ago to focus on other projects and other things. But over those 2 years, we've learnt a lot. And the most obvious lesson, of course, is just how important good audio is. It's really critical. And if you've seen my review of riverside.fm, you'll know that there's a whole bunch of solutions coming down the pipeline that help cover some of those audio challenges, particularly in relation to recording a podcast with someone who's in a different location. Enter Podcastle. So a few weeks ago, I got an email from one of the Podcastle team asking if I'd take a look at their product. And full disclosure, they are sponsoring this video, but it was with the condition that my review was completely honest, which it always will be. They will always be honest. So I've been playing around with Podcastle for a while, and here is a quick overview. Podcastle claims to build next generation audio content editing and discovery tools for storytellers around the globe. They were only founded last year in 2020, but there's some promising stuff already starting to happen. They have a pretty decent free plan, then a mid-level and pro-level plans for $14.99 and $29.99 respectively. But yeah, let's just jump into it. Let's jump into Podcastle, see how it works, and then I'll offer my verdict at the end. Okay, remember, this is not a tutorial. This is a feature run through. So I'm going to go through these as fast as I can. You can start a new project. You can record one. You can either download it or not. We're not going to do that right now. Hello, my name is Dave Betts. This is a podcast test. Have you heard about Podcastle? Because I am testing Podcastle. I hope you like it. Okay, so there's our recording. We can have a listen. Hello, my name is Dave Betts. This has these cool features called Magic Dust. I like that. Now, what's really cool about this is that it does a bunch of automatic processing for you, but it shows little magic dust on it. I think that's really sweet. So we'll move that along. Then we'll go to our open library. There's a bunch of stock music and footage, not footage, but effects rather. So we can choose a track to add. We can fade it in using these toggles up here. We'll make this a bit shorter by going to here, fade that out. And then we can bring the volume way down. I'm going to go for that. And we'll bring the volume of this track up. And we can see what it sounds like. I'm going to do that right now. Hello, my name is a podcast. Hello, my name is Dave Betts. This is a podcast test. Have you heard about Podcastle? Because I am testing Podcastle. I hope you like it. Pretty cool. And you can, like I say, you can add some effects. So we could do what's room ambient. Let's see what that is. Why? No, let's do some applause. Now, there are some reasons why you because do that. I am testing Podcastle. I hope you like it. But just go with me on that. You can rename the project up here. So we'll say testing, and then if you right click, you can actually see the text editor. So we'll wait for that to load. There's only one speaker. As this loads, what we'll see is a transcription of the audio that we've just recorded. Now, it's going to be very short, and hopefully it's going to be accurate. So we'll see in just a second. Okay, so we'll get rid of going to do that right now because we don't need that. And we'll get rid of that. Okay, so we'll click generate. Have you heard about Prague Castle? Okay, because I'm testing Podcastle. Hope you like it. Now, it might be my accent, but it doesn't seem to be able to recognize its own name, which is, a little bit of a concern. Okay, so once we've done that, we can press play, and it will already cut this bit out at the beginning for us. My name is Dave Betts. This is a podcast test. You heard? Hello, my name is Dave Betts. This is a podcast test. Have you heard about Podcastle? Because I am testing Podcastle. I hope you like it. There you go. Okay, so once you're done, you can export. You have options for MP3 and various formats and WAV as well. And you can also export documents or PDFs as text, which is very good. So once you've done that, you can also upload your audio files, which is kind of self-explanatory. And then there's this cool feature called Revoice. So Revoice means that you can type what you want to type. This is a test that I am testing. Have you tested this test you're testing? Doesn't make any sense. That's okay. But then you can choose all these different voices. Now, please note that some of these are only available with the Pro account.
Hey, your story deserves to be.
Hey, your story deserves. Hey, your story deserves.
Hey, your story.
Hey, your story deserves to be.
So you can choose the voice that you want, and then you can click generate. In fact, actually what we can do is say, yes, I have tested the testing and have approved. And we can do, let's go for Cecilia, sure. And then we click generate. And what it will do is it will create AI voices for you that you can then use in your recordings. It's very cool. So if we press play.
This is a test that I am testing. Have you tested this test for testing?
Yes, I have tested the testing and have approved.
It's very cool. Now, let's be honest, you're not going to probably replace an entire podcast with this voice. But it's fantastic, especially that voice, Vincent, for using an intro. You know, if you said, let's kind of close that, you can edit the audio. But let's do a new one, new project, Revoice, and we say, welcome to the New Shoes Show with your host, Dave Betts. And we'll go back to Vincent because I like Vincent, and we'll click generate. And we can test it.
Welcome to the New Shoes Shoe with your host, Dave Betts.
Now, some of you would have seen that coming because I'm an idiot, but there you go. New Shoes Show. But you get the idea. That's Revoice. Okay, so to do a new interview, we're going to click New Interview, surprisingly. Start Instant Interview, and then we're going to call it, I don't know, Test Interview, and Start. At this point, I'm going to invite by email. I'm going to type in my wife's email. Hopefully you won't see this because I will block it. And then we'll click Send Invite. While that's happening, while she's coming along, I'm going to make sure that my microphone is on the right input. And then we wait. Hey, Shreya, you made it.
Hi, yeah, I can hear you. It's great to be part of this.
Good. I'm going to click Start Recording and, maybe do a bit of an intro and I'll follow up and then we'll finish recording.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, you ready? Start recording.
Hi, I'm Shreya Betts, and together with my husband, Dave Betts, we host the Simple Faith podcast.
Yeah, the Simple Faith podcast is all about exploring authentic Christianity for normal people. Okay, so we'll leave it there. That'll be our intro. Thanks, Shreya. I'm going to stop the recording and end the call. So thanks for your help.
All right, bye.
So end call, end interview. And so that will upload. We can go to continue editing, and then we can take a look. It's kind of added. It's even got Shreya's middle name, which is very good. That's a helpful thing. We've got my host. We can change my name to Dave. And when we press record, play, we can listen to this. Wait.
Sorry.
Go.
Hi, I'm Shreya Betts, and together with my husband, we host the Simple Faith podcast.
Yeah, the Simple Faith podcast is all about exploring.
Betts, we host the Simple Faith podcast.
Yeah, the Simple Faith podcast is... Okay, so let's do some magic dust and see how that goes. And we'll do the same on my one. So you can see the magic dust has already appeared there, but we'll do the same on my voice too. And then we'll do the same thing as we did before. We'll add some music. Let's see how that one sounds. I don't know what that one is. Maybe we did it before already. We'll see. So fade it in, bring the volume down. I'm going to do about there. Fade it out slowly. Okay, so I'm going to pull that one to there. Okay, let's see how it sounds.
Hi, I'm Shreya Betts, and together with my husband, Dave Betts, we host the Simple Faith podcast.
Yeah, the Simple Faith podcast is...
Simple Faith podcast.
Yeah, the Simple Faith podcast is all about exploring authentic Christianity for normal people. Okay, so we'll leave it there. That'll be our intro for normal people. Okay, let's just edit that last bit. So to zoom in there, I pressed Control on a Windows. Imagine it's Alt on a Mac. People. Fade that out. Zoom out again. Whoops, there we go.
Hi, I'm Sheree Betts, and together with my husband Dave Betts, we host the Simple Faith podcast.
Yeah, the Simple Faith podcast is all about exploring authentic Christianity for normal people. Great. As you can see, that works really well. I think Shreya was using Apple AirPods. The quality, of course, is not as good as using a Shure SM7B, which is what I'm using. And so it's obviously going to be different, but I think it sounds very good. I think it sounds as good as we can expect on essentially a phone interview. So that is the test interview. Let's see if there's anything else that's worth showing you now. Okay, so there is one more feature I want to talk about, and that is the Google Chrome extension for Podcastle. So let's say you have an article and you don't have time to read it right now, or maybe you're just not really that into reading. What you can do is click the extension and click Convert to Podcast. And what it will do is convert it to an audio file, which is very good. It's not perfect on things like images and stuff, but have a listen to this. If we click on our queue and click this video.
Image source. Getty Images. Almost 45 million people in the UK were targeted by scam text messages or phone calls over the summer, according to telecoms regulator Ofcom. About half reported getting a scam call or text at least once a week.
Image source. Getty Images. Almost 45 million people in the UK were targeted by scam text messages or phone calls over the summer, according. The elderly are more often targeted using their landlines, with 61% of those over 75 receiving a scam phone call.
You get the idea, and then you can download it. I think that's a really neat little thing. Now, of course, like I said, the images aren't perfect. Sometimes it does better on other websites than BBC News, but I wanted to show you the problems too. But that's a really great feature. If you're someone who does a lot of work and gets to listen to podcasts and things like that, and maybe you want to listen to some news and things like that, it's a really great feature. So just something to keep in mind when you are looking at Podcastle. So that is a quick overview of Podcastle. The mid-level storyteller tier includes unlimited use of their magic dust feature, high-quality downloads, and the Revoice feature, along with slightly more skins. The pro version, it kind of ups the ante and all of that stuff. And here's what I think. If you're experienced with audio editing already, you probably won't want to use the standard record feature in Podcastle. You might want to make some use of the Revoice feature, and probably the interview feature, which is really quite good, will be very helpful. I did experience a few glitches in getting it up and running to start off with, but given that the company is so new, I'm not totally surprised at this point. You'll probably still want to download the files and edit them yourself though, if you're a pro, remember. And it's the magic dust feature it's okay. It's great for beginners, but a bit limited for pros. Also, if you're looking to record video podcasts, something like Riverside.fm maybe is probably a better option, I think, for you at this point, but it's definitely worth keeping an eye on how Podcastle progresses. It seems like there's a bunch of plans in the work. But here's where I think it gets really important. Listen to this. If you're someone who has some expertise or entertainment value that you want to share on a podcast, but you just don't have the audio production capabilities to match, Podcastle is an excellent choice. The Magic Dust feature is great for beginners. It's really quite solid. The editing workflow is easy to learn and intuitive, and the quality is really quite good. Also, the Revoice feature is super interesting for a variety of reasons, like TikTok and various things like we talked about. But I'd only recommend it for short bursts of text if you're planning on using it for your show or something like that. Where the AI voice really flourishes is in that Chrome extension. And I'm sure there's lots of other companies that do similar products, but I just really liked the simplicity of that extension. I thought it was really good. So I love the branding. I think Podcastle's branding and user interface is great. I definitely think there's some good things happening with the product. And if you fit into that category of willing podcaster but inexperienced audio technician, you should jump on this, I think. It's great. I think for the pros, maybe a little bit too simplistic, and that's okay. I think I'm just fascinated to see where things go with this company. There's a bunch of features that it's combining that Otto and Descript and other companies like that are already doing, but just in a really user-friendly way. So that's pretty exciting. Anyway, that's it. I hope you found this review helpful. Let me know if you have any questions and I'll do my very best to answer them as best as I can. In the meantime, wherever you are in the world and whatever it is that you're up to today, have a wonderful day and I will see you again very soon. Bye.